Hello, welcome back to Moonlit Path Tarot. So today we're going to do a collective love reading, and I want to take a look. This is going to be for new love. This is not going to be for somebody maybe you already know them, but this is not going to be for somebody you've already dated. So I kind of want to take a look at this new person, their energy, what they're like, what you can expect, yada, yada, yada. So let's start, shall we? So before we start, actually, just take a second to go ahead and subscribe to my channel because it does help me tune in better to your energies. And feel free to leave a comment if this resonates for you. My readings are timeless, so whenever you see this is when you are meant to see it. And yeah, let's just get this started. If it's not for you, if certain things apply and certain things don't, then leave what does not apply and take only what does. All right, Spirit, so for the collective and the new person that is coming in for them, what can they expect? What is this new person like? What's good? What's the deal with them? Okay, 9 of Pentacles, so this is happiness, joy, abundance, but this is also single energy, so right now they could be single. I mean, I would hope so. I would, hope that you're not going to jump into a relationship with somebody who's already in one. That's no bueno. No matter what the situation is. All right, so let's see. What else is the person that's coming in for the collective? What else are they like? What can they expect? What are they like? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. That's awesome. Okay, so they are confident. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's a very confident energy. This is somebody who knows exactly what they want, knows exactly how to get it, and doesn't really care whether or not people like it. So, but not in a mean way, not in like I'm gonna do what I want and fuck everyone else. That's not what I mean, but I do mean like this is somebody with confidence, somebody who's happy, somebody who does know what they want and how to get it. And then the 3 of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They may be an earth sign, they may be a fire sign. So 3 of Pentacles is all about collaboration. It's community, it's working together. It is problem solving together. So I don't know what your last relationship was like, or obviously the people you were with before it didn't work out with. So I don't know if maybe the previous person you were with, I'm kind of picking up on, wasn't a good communicator, wasn't willing to work on it together, if that makes sense. Because if there's problems in a relationship, it's almost never just the result of one person being the problem, right? I don't want to say that's never the case, because obviously things like abusive relationships exist. But for everyone else who's not in an abusive relationship, well, a traditionally abusive relationship as far as like putting your hands on them. But abuse can also be things like the silent treatment, right? The silent treatment is another form of abuse. Just because you're not yelling and screaming and putting your hands on people, it doesn't fucking matter, right? If you're putting all of the fucking onus on one person to fix everything, then it's not going to work out, right? Which is why I'm assuming you are here looking for the new person that you're going to be with. So this person so far is, I've only pulled 3 cards. We'll get some more clarifiers and stuff, but they are confident, they're abundant. This is somebody who doesn't really need for anything, doesn't want anything, but this is like pentacles, right? Pentacles are coins. So this could be somebody who either is a really hard worker, they have their own business, maybe both, or they just don't rely on other people to get what they want, right? So somebody who's abundant, somebody who's happy, somebody who's confident, and somebody who is a good collaborator, a good communicator, somebody who's willing to work with you and meet you where you are. That's another thing I'm trying to say, because it's one thing to have expectations of people, but it's another thing to meet people where they are, right? And if you're always somebody who's meeting somebody where they are, this person who's coming in is going to meet you where you are. So let's see, what else? What else can the collective expect when it comes to this person? Holy crap. Wow. Okay, so I didn't really mean to take these. These kind of just fell, but we'll start with this one. So this is victory, success, public recognition for hard work, overcoming obstacles, right? And it's like getting praise, getting applause. So this is very much a you're in the spotlight energy. This person may be in the spotlight, or a lot of people like them. Or they just kind of have a very public facing personality. But I'm more looking at this as you overcoming things from the past, right? Like this past people who maybe weren't good at communicating or working on it with you. This is something you're going to overcome and have victory and success within that. The Queen of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, is somebody who's an excellent communicator. She's somebody who's got her guards up a little bit, and she's not somebody who's like very lovey-dovey, but when it comes to just meeting this person, this is somebody who's confident and this is two cards of communication, collaboration, communication. So somebody who's very smart, somebody who's very intelligent, somebody who is able to express themselves in a way that is healthy, right? Six of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, they may be moving on from a relationship that didn't work out in the past, because Six of Swords is moving forward, right? So what this person is like and what you can expect from them is to move forward with them. So they may have moved forward from, again, somebody it didn't work out with in the past, but this is also accepting help. So this is somebody who, if they need help, especially with this communication collaboration, if they need help, they know how to ask for it. So this is like moving forward from a tumultuous, toxic relationship. So they're putting that behind them and they're moving forward with you. And then the Ten of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So this is the family card, right? This is the happiness, but like, so Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups are the two really good cards to get. Ten of Pentacles is the family card, but it's also like financial stability and security, but the cups are about emotions. So this is somebody who will emotionally fulfill you, somebody who is emotionally stable. This is the card you would love to get when you're looking at a relationship and what you can expect. Out of all of the cards, this is the one you want, and that's the one you got. So that makes me really happy for you. So this looks really good. This new person that's coming into your life, they are confident, they're single, they're a good communicator, they're good at collaborating and working together with you. They want to move forward with you. Let's see, what else can this person, wow! Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, this is a brand new beginning. Aces are always about new beginnings, but Ace of Pentacles specifically is a physical offer, something you can see, right? I can always offer you like my time and my availability, and that's something great to offer somebody, but you can't necessarily see it, right? This is, well, I mean, you can if you like, you know, if you're like, yes, I can see that you do this for me, but this is more something you can touch, you can feel, you can hold. So either this person wants to come and start a new beginning with you, they want to move with you. This is also a card of moving. So you may have just moved or they may have just moved, but they want to give you some kind of offer. And this is also a great card when it comes to stability, right? Because again, pentacles are coins. So they're literally, there's money in their hands and they're offering it to you. So this is, wow. Oh, I really love this for you. Bottom of the deck, Four of Wands. So this is an offer that they want to give you, whether it's a new beginning, whether it's financial, you know, help or security or stability, or, you know, moving with you, or just moving to be near you. This is some kind of offer that they're wanting to extend to you. Four of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is also one of my other favorite cards to get, especially when it comes to a love reading, because this is another twin flame card. Obviously, the Gemini, the Lovers, is the main twin flame card, but this is also the twin flame card. 1111, 1111, right? Which is a master number. So basically, they want to give you some kind of offer, and this is like marriage, joy, happiness, celebration. This is again, like this is just a reason to celebrate. This is like dancing, a party, right? This is like, they're just so happy, like especially with her, the public recognition, the success, the overcoming obstacles, recognition for your hard work. This is more about enjoying the work that you've put in, right? This is somebody who is your match. This is somebody who is, for lack of a better words, your twin flame. Because listen, so when we do, I know everybody doesn't like the twin flame soulmate, but this is the way that I like to explain it for people. I know most people understand this, right? I'm not pretending that you don't, but for the people who are new or just getting into tarot and don't really understand these terms. So let me put it to you like this, right? If I took this card right here and I cut it into 4 squares, these 4 separate squares are soulmates, right? They are people who are cut from the same cloth. But then if I just take one of those squares and I cut that in half, that is your twin flame. Those are 2 halves of the same soul. So they're basically the same soul split into 2 different bodies. So when people talk about soulmates and how they think it's so stupid and they don't believe in it, they don't really know what soulmate actually is. A soulmate can be anybody, your best friend, your mom, your brother, you know, the neighbor that you get along with really well, or just a really good friend. Soulmates are just people who are cut from the same cloth as you, and a lot of times souls tend to travel together, right? So when it comes to this card and it comes to the twin flame, this is a twin flame card. This is somebody who is your energetic match, somebody you can celebrate with, be happy with, something that'll lead to marriage and, you know, abundance. So let's see, when it comes to the collective and the, wow, okay, and their person, I was gonna say, what can they expect? Oh my gosh, okay, and then bottom of the deck, right? So, you know what, maybe I should take these. All right, so this is the world. This is closing out cycles. This is things coming to an end, right? So this kind of goes along with this card, the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is like moving forward. It's like the calm after a storm. It is accepting help, but this is more like closing out cycles. So the way the Wheel of Fortune is like leveling up karmically, this is like spiritual graduation. So when this card comes, this means you're about to jump back forward, back to the beginning, which is the Fool, which is taking a leap of faith. It is maybe being a little bit naive, but not naive in the sense that it's going to hurt you in any way. It's like I'm naive and I'm optimistic and I'm like ready to take a leap of faith, you know? So then I don't really, well, should we take the, yeah, you know what? I'll take these. Okay. So then when it comes to the Ten of Swords, right? This is backstabbing, betrayal, things coming to an end. But like this, that's not meaning that this person's going to betray you or backstab you or that it's going to end. But when it comes right after the World, closing out cycles, that just kind of tells me that your days of being stabbed in the back, your days of being betrayed, your days of being left and abandoned are over. Over. They're coming to an end. Absolutely to an end. So this is, even though it's backstabbing and betrayal, the way that it's like the sun is on the horizon, right? It's like she's almost over the hill, but it's also challenging times coming to an end. So when they're coming to an end, you've closed out this ending, the spiritual graduation, closing out a cycle. That kind of just tells me that arguments, unnecessary conflict, fighting, people who are not your energetic match, people who are energy vampires, that is coming to an absolute end. And then we have Ace of Cups. So the way I said aces are always about new beginnings, they are. Ace of Cups is a brand new beginning, but it's like a new relationship, right? So if this is the person that's coming in, then yeah, absolutely. This is your perfect match, your twin flame. They want to offer you their heart, a new relationship. This is also about self-love. So when it comes to, sorry, one second. So when it comes to a new relationship, this is actually the perfect card to get because like this, it means new beginnings. I want to offer you my heart and I'm ready to take this leap of faith with you, right? But it's also about self-love. So this isn't just somebody who is going to love you. This is also somebody who loves themselves, which is so effing important. I cannot stress this enough. You can be in love with somebody until the fucking cows come home. But if you don't love yourself, then you are always looking to somebody else to validate you externally, right? And that is not this person. This person doesn't need you to validate them. They would love that, obviously, but they don't need it. They don't require it, right? So if something came to an end and this person disappeared forever, you know, having self-love it's what's gonna get you through that. Not that I'm saying that would ever happen, but like just take, you know, your last relationship for an end, or for an end, when it came to an end as an example. If you don't have self-love, it's really hard to get over because then it kind of just feels like your whole world is ending and the person that you thought loved you and that would never do this to you is just disappearing. Poof, they're gone, right? But as long as you have some form of self-love, you know that no matter what happens, with or without this person, you will be fine, right? And that's also important when it comes to their personality because with or without you, they will be fine, which means, you know, desperation is something that can fuck up a lot of relationships. You know what I mean? If you are desperate to hold on to somebody or desperate to make it work with somebody, then you're not just putting an energy to make the relationship work. You're also putting worry towards it. You're putting negative energy towards it because you're so desperately clinging to something that if it disappeared, your whole world would fall apart. Not that if somebody you love disappeared, of course your world would fall apart. That would hurt a lot. It would. But the point is that it's not going to end you. You know what I mean? You will be okay no matter what. And so will they. So when you both are okay no matter what and you don't need anybody else, that is the perfect time for you to come together with somebody else. Because although you don't need each other, you want each other. That's why you guys are going to keep each other around because you want them to be there, not because you feel like you need them. You know what I mean? So when it comes to this person and what else they're like, this is the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm sorry, this is also Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The Queen of Pentacles is a very homebody energy. This is not somebody who likes to go out and party all the time and this is not somebody who needs to be doing something constantly. Have you know people like that are just not happy unless they're around a bunch of people constantly? People like that drain my energy. They do. And I can't, like, as much as I have love for people like that, we're just not compatible. You know what I mean? So it's like in doses, I can be around people like that. But people who always need to be doing something or have something happening or be going somewhere or be around people, that's not somebody who's like, you know, my energetic match. So this person is somebody who is confident, somebody who is an entrepreneur. Could be, this is an entrepreneur card, somebody who may own their own business. This is somebody who isn't desperately clinging to this pentacle. I guess the one I'd like to give the example to when I get this card is the Four of Pentacles. One second, let me find that so I can just show you what I mean. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Okay. So this card, Four of Pentacles, right? So the way she is like clinging to this, she's got two hands on this. Like if somebody were to come by, they couldn't snatch it out of her hand because she's like, this is mine. Get away, back up. This is mine. But she's not doing that. She's like, and when I say she, I don't read gender in tarot. So everybody has divine masculine and divine feminine. I know you've heard me say this a million times. We just don't tend to display both at the same time, right? So when it comes to this, I'm getting this as more of your energy, and I'll tell you why in a second when I get this card. Because although this is their energy also, I'm getting this card specifically to be kind of both of your energies. Because like I said, divine feminine and divine masculine exists within all of us. We just don't tend to display both at the same time, right? So the Pentacles. The Queen energy is somebody, especially Queen of Pentacles, this is somebody who doesn't want for anything, somebody who has their home in order, somebody who is organized, has their finances taken care of. That's not necessarily somebody who has to be rich, but it's not somebody with a lack mindset. The way that the Four of Pentacles, she's like desperately clinging on to that, she's not doing that because she's just casually holding it, right? She knows it's hers and that it's not going anywhere. So she's not worrying herself into what if I lose this or what if it just all goes away. She's not worried about that because she knows that's not going to happen, right? Things happen when you believe that they'll happen. Your perception is your reality. So if you believe that you can never make a bunch of money or you can never, dig yourself out of a financial hole or that, you can never do whatever, X, Y, or Z, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Either way, you're right. So this is somebody who just knows. This is an inner knowing that I'm not desperate for anything because what I have, I know will always come back to me, right? Money comes, money goes, money comes, money flows. So if you're in a situation right now, or you were in a situation where maybe your finances aren't where you would like them to be, just know that it'll turn around. If you believe it'll turn around, then it will. So whatever you put your energy towards, that's the outcome you're going to get. So like I said, the way that, where was it? Like this. So this one, how she's moving on, accepting help, calm waters. This is a backstabbing betrayal, right? But this is that coming to an end. So as long as you know that this already has come to an end and from now on, this person that's entering your life is going to be the one. And like, when I say that, don't put so much stock into I have to cling on to this because I know that they're the one and I don't want to mess it up. The more you worry about messing it up or that it won't work out, that's the energy you're putting towards it. So if you can just live in this detached energy like she is, this I have it, I know it's not going anywhere, then you'll be good. You'll be all good, right? And then also when it comes to this person, King of Cups, again, cups, especially, this is a good place to leave this for the person and their kind of personality, because 10 of Cups, like I said, is a really good card to get in a relationship because that is emotional, right? Cups are always about emotion. So King of Cups, this is somebody who's very emotionally mature, emotionally stable, somebody who can communicate, collaborate, work together with you. He's got one hand over here, one hand over here. He's confident. He knows what he has. He is divine masculine. Twin flame, divine feminine, divine masculine. This looks really, really great for you, collective. Honestly, I really like this for you. I don't even want to read anymore, and I don't want to get any clarifiers for this because this kind of tells me all I need to know about this person is that they are the one for you. They are your energetic match. So as long as you can live in this state of detachment, I guess is the right way because, if you're constantly like, where's my person? Are they coming? Are they going to show up? What's going on, right? Hold on, let me check on this. I just had to make sure my camera wasn't going to die. So when you're like, when are they going to get here? When are they going to show up? When's it going to be my turn? Da, 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 da. That's the energy, like I said, that you're putting towards that. So if you can just kind of like live your life in this mindset of, I have everything I need and I will never be without anything I need, right? Then that's the mindset that you're going to create with that reality. So divine feminine, divine masculine, if you're constantly kind of just like, where are they? Are they going to show up? Then, like I said, that's the energy you're putting towards it, and you don't want to put that energy towards it. So just go on about your life. How you'll meet them could be totally, you know what? Actually, maybe, let me get one of these. I know I said I'm not going to clarify, but I do want to see if maybe we can see, Spirit, how will the collective meet this person? Okay, they said, mind your effing business. It's none of your goddamn business. That's what they just told me. That's so funny. You know how I just literally was talking to you about if you're living in this state of where are they, when are they going to get here, then it's going to take longer because you're focusing on the fact that they're not here, right? So when I said when are you going to meet them, 7 of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is my waiting card, right? That reminds me of the Dr. Seuss book, Oh, the Places You'll Go, the waiting place. You're just kind of waiting. And then the Moon card is all about trusting your intuition, but it's also the card that kind of tells me none of your business. None of your business. You don't need to know that right now. So when I get this card, that kind of just tells me that don't worry about it. You don't have all the information that you need, and that's for a reason. It's not like they're purposely trying to like screw you over, or not like, you know, the universe is like, well, it's going to be a secret, and then boom. It's not really about that. This kind of tells me you're waiting on it, but don't focus on it because it's not your business of how or why this is going to happen. It just will happen, right? And when I get the Moon card, that is a big indicator of me to just trust your own intuition and that you do not have all of the details that you need to make some kind of informed decision, or you can't see things in the dark, because this is also a card of like illumination and things needing to come to light. So it's impossible to make a decision when you can't see all the information. You know what I mean? Not that you need to make a decision, but really when it comes out with the waiting card, this kind of just tells me you don't need to know that right now. So that's what the Spirit's telling me. None of your business. Just live your life and it will happen when it happens. All right, so I will go ahead. Actually, let's do some numbers first. I will go ahead and pull some numbers. These are just kind of numbers of significance. It doesn't, if you don't get any numbers of numbers that mean anything to you, don't worry about it. This is just extra confirmation for people who need it more. Same with the initials. So if you do get a number that's significant to you, great. Then this is just extra confirmation for you. And if not, this is can still very much be your reading. Like I said, this is just extra for people who need it more. Ooh! 30. Okay. So you could be in your 30s. You could be 34, 35, 44. You could be 44, 45, 54, 75, 74, 57, 47. You could be in your 40s. So for the numbers, we have 4, 7, 5, and 30. So you could have an April birthday, you could have a May birthday, just kind of depends. All right, now I will go ahead and I will post some initials, and if you get your initials or the initials of your future person, come back and comment, let me know. I'd love to hear all about it. Maybe you already met them, I don't know. But that's not going to be for everybody, because although I didn't pull a card that says you don't know this person from a can of damn paint, that's just kind of the feeling that I'm picking up with my intuition, that you don't know them. And if you do know them, you don't know them very well, right? So this is kind of like a completely new person. All right, so for the initials, we have B, U, W, Z, Y, Y, oh, sorry, hold on. Y, O, M, K, I, oh, Jesus, A, A, X, V, C, another C, L, E, H. Actually, I'm being told to do two more. I'll pull two more. S, another A. All right, we'll do one more so it's even. Another B. All right, come on. One more so it's even. All right, whatever. W. All right, so we have two B's, two U's, two W's, Z, Y, O, M, K, S, I, two A's, X, V, two C's, L, E, H. All right, collective, that is where I will leave this reading for you. Feel free to check back for the next one. And as always, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul.